Greetings to all the listeners tuning in today. I'm Adam Nagus, and you're listening or viewing to the DigiMasters Podcast. I'm excited to be your host for what promises to be a thrilling ride, full of jaw-dropping insight into our digitally powered reality.
Welcome to the DigiMasters Podcast, a podcast covering the latest in digital news, AI, technology, leadership, and mentoring.
Hi, I'm Lathem, VP Strategy for Workforce Skills at Pearson. The world of work is rapidly changing. We need to consider what it means for roles, organisations, and whole countries. How do we navigate a skills-based future?
Hi, I'm Lien Bailey, the former CDO of IPO UK. Working in the public sector can be a challenge when it comes to attracting talent using high salaries as an incentive, but we have had great success in keeping and attracting great people through groundbreaking programs such as Grow Our Own, Girls That Code, and also Return to Work when it comes to people who've been out of work for a while.
Hi, Rob Saltrese from C.E.O Lab. In the past, fragmented careers have typically only really been for very senior people who have been able to split their time between being non-exec director, NED, advisor on different boards in addition to their kind of current day jobs. But having a portfolio career and side gigs is now very much on the rise, becoming a huge pertinent topic, I think, for the next 4 or 5 years to come. And C.E.O Lab is here to help.
All previous major industrial revolutions have created jobs and improved productivity. But will the latest generative AI explosion be any different?
Digital analytics changes the game. It infuses empathy and amazing UI and UX into the dashboards and reports. We don't really want to create business insights that are just created by individuals or teams that don't have empathy or industry knowledge of the areas that need the most data insights. I'm Carly Wilson, the Managing Director for Visual Intelligence, the product owner for our strategic workforce planning platform called Toby, and I'm also one of the coaches for the ITF England Taekwondo national team. Oh, and the founder of This Girl Kicks.
I'm Andy McMurtrie, and I am the Senior Data Product Manager at Key Insurance in the Lloyd's of London insurance market. And the insurance industry really is transforming with the amount of data and variety of data and the use of data science and machine learning methods to really understand risks at a far more granular level.
I'm Cheng. I work at Gallagher Insurance. I'm a CDO and I've been working in data across the public and private sector for 18 years on everything from data transformation to involvement in the 100,000 Genome Programme.
Education policy is shaped by years of experience and tried and tested methods. However, in a world where the pace of change is so rapid, how do we reform quickly enough?
Hi, I'm Max Radcliff. I've been working in analytics and data for the last 25 years, and I'm currently the Analytics and Data Director at Newman, the men's health digital provider.
Attracting great talent to your team takes more than salary. It takes a data brand, a story, or a narrative that is appealing to candidates. You need interesting projects and well-designed roles so they can be successful in. But landing great candidates is only half the battle. Then you need to focus on how you retain them.
People and workforce strategy has to be connected to demand. Yet in a world where in 5 years' time jobs are yet to be defined, how do we train, source, and manage talent effectively?
My path to becoming a CDO was unusual, having started life with a desire to become a pilot. Due to disability, I had to make a transition to a new career later in life, and that led me to data. But how I made that move is a story you'll have to wait for.
Let's delve right into our very first podcast on this channel and find out what type of content we are planning on including as we grow through 2024. On the DigiMasters Podcast, we'll explore topics that are revolutionary, like fractional careers and artificial intelligence. We'll discuss complex concepts such as private equity, mergers and acquisitions, user experience skills, and clean energy advancements. Our goal is straightforward pretty much, to decode these fascinating areas while speaking directly with thought leaders who are shaking up their respective fields. Each week, we will unmask different aspects of technological advancement from multiple perspectives, giving voice not only to my own outlook, but also providing diverse viewpoints from across my network. Guests on our podcast will include global C-level individuals and executive leaders that have not only achieved digital mastery in their field, but also have the vision for what's coming next. We'll learn from their experiences, their successes, the challenges they faced, and importantly, the steps they took to overcome them. So why am I starting this podcast now at the end of 2023? Well, this year alone, I received many requests for career mentoring, both at conferences and from my network. It's clear that there is a growing desire for guidance in career progression within the digital realm. We've made strides in technology more than we would have predicted just 5 years ago. And with this advancement comes an increasing need for mentorship. As much as I relish one-to-one interaction with my mentees, I felt it was necessary to create a platform where knowledge gathered over decades could be shared more broadly, hence this podcast. Every episode promises to provide new insight and provoke thought about important topical issues around digital technology. As we embark on this journey together, you'll gain a practical knowledge that you can implement directly into your own field. I thought long and hard regarding what type of podcast this should be. Marketing advice for starting a new podcast is to go niche, to build a core audience. For example, just keeping the content specific to AI or even more specific, say computer vision or Gen AI. However, I wanted to also make a podcast I would enjoy listening to myself. And the type of podcasts I always listen to have a broad, eclectic mix of subjects that cover many areas, which gives me the chance to explore topics I wouldn't have even thought to search for. Examples of podcasts I regularly enjoy would be the BBC Radio, The Infinite Monkey Cage. That show covers just science, and that is a huge, broad umbrella, from space to winemaking, why people believe in conspiracy theories, and the life of a fly. So I'm making this podcast to build a huge audience. Well, no, not really. But yes, I would love to create something many people enjoy, but I'm attempting at creating something that individuals in the corporate, startup, private equity world can enjoy, which is why we will focus on explaining what digital transformation really is, how to identify if Gen AI is a fad or something truly transformative, and why it is useful to have someone in your life sponsoring your career, as well as how to build a portfolio career like I have, and many of my other peers have done. So on deck for our 2024 series is a deep dive into the fractional career and unlocking secrets of building your portfolio career in partnership with the C.E.O. labs. We'll also be turning our attention towards the future of education and discovering ways you can use Gen AI and automation to craft your very own automated podcast generator. We're all navigating unprecedented levels of change in our industries, but rather than feel trapped by the magnitude of it all, let's navigate through it together, sifting through layers of complexities and drawing conclusions that aid our collective journey towards digital mastery. Let me give you a peek into the upcoming episodes we've lined up. We've got conversations with top-tier leaders from diverse sectors such as e-commerce, media, technology, clean energy, and the world of visual analytics. We're ready to analyze intriguing case studies from real-world businesses, delve into informative how-to guides on data analysis and application, and dissect innovative go-to-market strategies that shape substantial return of investments when you actually attend conferences or do sponsorships or go to networking dinners. I believe there's no limit to how much we can learn when we come together with open minds. That's why listener participation is highly encouraged on the DigiMasters podcast. There are numerous podcasts out there dealing with business and technology. However, the DigiMasters podcast aims to stand out as a beacon amidst them all, not merely informing, but involving you in insightful conversations. We want this podcast to be your go-to resource for deciphering the dense topics of AI, digital technology, and their impact across industries. Earlier, I mentioned what's coming up specifically in 2024. Your interest was duly noted when I spoke about fractional career at the last Global C.E.O. Institute conference, where I was serving as the chairperson. Now I'll revisit this concept by turning it into a detailed series, bringing clarity through congenial chit-chat right here on this podcast. As part of this series, we'll uncover the exciting potential of a fractional career, a trending approach to employment where professionals divide their weekly hours among several organizations or projects, rather than committing to just one full-time job. We'll hear from experts who have successfully navigated through the voyage of portfolio careers and multi-directional growth that they've achieved along the way, as well as tips that you can do the same. Then we'll embark on the fascinating journey exploring the future of education, a topic very close to my heart. We will discuss how traditional models are rapidly morphing into digitally aimed approaches, catering to evolving needs and how you can prepare for it. So whether you're an educational institute bent on reshaping your learning system, or you're a student anticipating further studies in unfamiliar digital waters, then this series is for you. Our next topic aims at leveraging technology even in this very platform. We'll explore how Gen AI or generative AI and automation can help you create your own podcast just like this one. We will share the tools, techniques, and tips that will usher you into the era where creating content isn't merely an art, but also a collaboration with technology. We have data scientists lined up who will break down complex statistics into user-friendly infographics, giving us an understanding on how visual representation can help make sense of copious amount of information. I'm also eager to share intricate tales from my own advisory experience. We played pivotal roles in boosting successful M&A for businesses. My conversation with fellow advisors will equally be enlightening, especially around their journey navigating through digital diligence, procedures assessing company-wide capabilities to deploy modern business practices effectively. The crux is, irrespective of where you fall on the career spectrum or which industry you belong to, there will be insight in the DigiMasters podcast that you can hopefully glean and gain knowledge from. Finally, let me share a heartening detail. Digital mastery isn't just about having the most advanced tech or achieving an industry-leading position. It's about sharing what we know, that together we can make huge strides forwards. When we collaborate and share our knowledge freely, compromise gives way to synergy, and that's where true innovation really happens. After all, every listener tuning into this podcast brings a wealth of perspective and unique life experiences to the ever-growing community around the DigiMasters podcast. As we move forward on this exciting path ahead, look forward to hearing from you, and make sure you connect at podcast@digimasters.co.uk. Before we conclude today's episode, let me remind you that every week we will be bringing you pearls of wisdom and relevant insight from those at the forefront of global digital transformation. This year's overflowing mentoring requests was a testament to your hunger for knowledge. Improvement and progress through the DigiMasters podcast. Let's ensure the knowledge dissemination continues effectively, while encapsulating viewpoints of diverse digital experts who will be shaping the world as we know it. Our up-and-coming episodes are lined up with more topics and discussions that will help you navigate the complex landscapes of digital technology. Today's introduction was merely a curtain raiser for an informative, packed journey ahead. Don't miss out on the opportunity to gain invaluable insights directly applicable to your professional sphere. Make sure you subscribe now. Be it during your morning commute or an afternoon coffee break, get ready for a weekly rendezvous designed to inspire thought and prompt reflection and add value to your day. And that brings us to the end of the introductory session. If you're excited as much as I am about what lies ahead, then join me again next week here on the DigiMasters podcast. Don't forget to reach out with your thoughts, conversation starters, or just say hi. I am available at podcast@digimasters.co.uk, and I'd love to hear from you. So again, this is Adam Nagus saying goodbye until next time, but remember, we're just getting started.
Thank you for listening to the DigiMasters Podcast. Please leave a comment and join in the conversation. Don't miss an episode by subscribing to the DigiMasters Podcast through your favorite podcast app. Are you or someone you know thinking you would be a great contributor to our podcast? Then join us on a fireside chat, expert panel, or roundtable discussion. Please don't hesitate to get in touch via email at podcast@digimasters.co.uk.